Good morning, I'm Hilary Watt from Imperial College. I woke up this morning and I saw clouds in the shape of a less than sign and then a dash. I thought, wow, this is really amazing. This looks like the assign symbol in R. It must be a sign. I need to talk about a sign. I'm going to be exploring it, looking at the RStudio and R. The first thing I want to do is to clear my environment window, which you can do by running this command. To run it, hold down Control and click Return, and I'm going to use the sweep to clear this window. So then this is the assign symbol, and we're assigning the value of 45 to an object which we name dog, and when we do that, the value appears here in our environment window and the command is written into the console window. And once we've done that, if we just say the object name itself, it prints the answer, the value assigned to the console window. We can also assign a value to pig so that it then appears here, and we use the assign symbol again, and you can print it to the console window by simply giving the name of the object. Because they're both numeric, you can add them up. So we could do the total weight, which maybe is kind of handy because I'm wanting to carry both of them around in a wheelbarrow, so I want to know how heavy they are. If you do the sum, it gives the answer to the console window. Maybe that's good enough. But on the other hand, if we want to save the result for future reference, we can save it into an object, like so. So we use the assign symbol and choose whatever name we want. And it's handy to give a meaningful name so we remember what it is when we come back to it. And again, if we want to print that answer now to the console window again, we just simply do the object name. Do you get it? Now I'm going to assign true, the value true to get it. And that appears here, and I'm hoping you're starting to get it. And get it is true. For me, it's true. I've got it. Okay, so that's simple objects which just have got one value. Now I'm going to talk about vectors, which we usually refer to as variables. The C, if we've got a string of numbers and we combine it in brackets with the C, that means convert into a vector. And if you simply do that on its own and run it, it prints it to the console window. But if you want to use it as a variable for future reference, then you're going to use the assign symbol, and these are heights of different people. So we called it height, the variable name or the vector name is height, and look here, it appears here, and it tells us it's numeric, values from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here are the values. And again, we can print to the console window if we want. The height of their pets, so we're using the assign symbol. This is whatever name we've chosen for the height of the pets, and C converts a string of values into a vector, and so run it and it appears like this. One of them is NA, which means missing, because actually they don't have a pet. And you can also do this for character data. So pet is character, it's got 5 values, and here they are. One of them again is NA, and each enclosed in quotes because it's characters. Height and pet height are both numeric, so we can do the ratio of them, and if you simply do it like this, you get the answer to your console window, and it does it for each element in turn. For the first element, second, third, fourth and fifth. The fifth is clearly NA, and for the first person, they're 3 times the height of their dog. If you want to save this information into a variable for future reference, maybe you're going to use it in a regression analysis, then again you use the assign symbol and you choose whatever variable name you feel is appropriate, preferably one that's meaningful so you know what information it contains, like so. And again, if you want to print that to the console window, then you can. Now this applies to all sorts of things, so we can do a tabulation of pet, and this is a very simple table. It simply says 2 people have got a cat, 1 a dog and 1 a mouse, and it doesn't report the NA in this command, in this version of the command, and it prints it to the console window. But then again, if we want to save this table for future reference, we use the assign symbol, and I've given it the name PET all in capitals, and you run it and it appears here as a table. And so we could then print out the table by saying PET in capitals, and the reason you might want to save it is so you can then apply different functions to it. So prop table means you get the proportions, and this is saying half of them have got a cat, a quarter a dog, a quarter of the people a mouse, and it isn't including the NA in the calculation of the proportions because they didn't appear in the table. You can actually save practically anything into an object. So summary height, if you do this like this and run it, you get the answer to the console window. But on the other hand, you might want to save it into an object for future reference, and I've given it the name sum height because it's somewhat meaningful, and here we are, it appears here, and it says it's numeric, and it's got 7 different values, and here they are. It lists the first of them anyway. So we can print it out in 2 different steps, refer to the name, we get the answer to the console window. Or if you want to, square brackets 3 means the third element. It's a vector, so it's only got 1 dimension. We only need 1 number in brackets, and that gives us a third element, and it kindly is telling us that it's the median and giving it. So on the median is that people are 5 times the height of their pet. And then the maximum is 1 person is 42 times the height of their pet, because they're really especially tall, they're a bit of a giant, and their pet is a mouse. And so that's it. I'm hoping this has given you a sense of using the assign symbol in R. Thank you very much.